Je m'appelle Elena Sora. J'étudie et j'habite ici en Belgique depuis 5 ans. Et aujourd'hui, on va parler et regarder les cultural differences entre les Philippines et les Belgique. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that, hello everyone, my name is Elena Sora. I live and study here in Belgium for 5 years, and today we're going to talk about, or we're going to look at the cultural difference between Filipino and Belgian. For cultural difference between Filipino and Belgian, I feel like there's really a lot more from smallest details to biggest details, but I'll just focus on the most important. I give you top 10, my top 10 most cultural top 10 cultural difference between Filipino and a Belgian. But besides from that, there's a lot more cultural difference, but we're just focused on the most important. Today's video for this vlog okay, Jayo! Joke. What was I? I'm like a multilingual now. I don't always focus on Filipino or all the time Belgian. Mostly I focus on another culture nowadays. I even watch another culture. But I cannot say in a video, but yeah. Let's go. I even made the paper. This is all the things I'm going to say today, and also some of these are research, some of these also based on my experience. And of course, I don't want to say something wrong, so I make sure I double check everything. But yeah, and I also plan to for this video not to be too serious, because I was thinking before I keep doing a retake everything, and then I was like, maybe my video won't be good because it's too serious, you know. Just be me, you know. I want to be like me and just a bit silly when I speak. Sometimes when I speak, I'll just be silly. I don't want to be too serious because yeah. Okay, let's start with number 1. Language. Number 1, language. I'm gonna put something here in the side, like a mini subtitle, so you guys can follow like that. Sorry, I'm a little bit like this, of course, because it's my first time one-on-one talk with you guys, with the audience, with the camera like this, and I'm like in a camera, I'm like la 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 la, but inside I'm like, oh, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say this. It makes everything perfect, okay? Everything, the camera and everything, the microphone. Sorry, my mind is like that sometimes. Okay, let's start back on our topic. Sorry, back on our topic. Number 1. What do you mean number 1? Okay, let's get back. Let's start with Philippines. Philippines has 2 official language, which is English and Tagalog. But Filipino are more fluent in speaking Tagalog, while English being the second language. Also, based on my research, besides from that, there's also more than 170 plus dialects around the Philippines. Now let's look at Belgium. Belgium has 3 official languages, which is Dutch, French, and German. Now, in Belgium, depending where community you live, you either speak the language. For example, here I'm gonna show you a map. Here, I'm gonna edit it here. There's a map of Belgium. Here. And for example, if you live in the Flanders part, then that's mostly for Dutch speakers. Now, if you live in the Wallonie part, that's mostly for French speakers. Fun fact, now, if you live in a small part of Brussels, then you can choose either the 2 language, Dutch or French. And Germany being the 3rd language. Also, in Belgium, there's a little side of the map where it consists more of German speakers. A small part in the map, because it's close to Germany, but it's still part of Belgium. Number 2, weather. In Philippines, we have 2 seasons, which is sunny and rainy days. Also, sometimes we have a dry season. In Belgium, we have 4 seasons, which is autumn, winter, spring, and summer. Number 3, greetings. In Philippines, this one is before, like way back before. So when you say, our greetings in Filipino would be like, hello, kumusta, kumain ka na ba? Simple as that. Mostly for Filipinos, we don't usually say hello. Like mostly we just direct, when you meet someone, you mostly say like, kumain ka na ba? How's your neighbor? How's your life? How's the, yeah, like directly like that. It's part of the culture and also a habit. Also Filipino use po or opo, mana po, for a polite manner way to greet elders. While I was writing the list of things, and my dad also mentioned me about the greetings in Philippines, that there's a new way of greetings in Philippines. I was like, oh, really? Then I also made a research of what it is, and then here it is. Now, in the new way of polite greeting in the Philippines is what we call bating Filipino. So the government is promoting another way of greeting the other people, which is bating Filipino, while ensuring the health safety amid the pandemic. Oh, we actually have a new greeting in the Philippines. So it goes like, House Resolution number 408 urged the government to promote placing one's palm at the center of the chest, together with a slight note, as a customary Filipino gesture of goodwill. So like you put your palm here and then you slight note. Just one. I just did 2, but you can do just one. This is more commonly known as bating Filipino. This intends to replace the usual handshake to reduce the transmission of the virus causing COVID-19. The resolution was filed by Marikina Rep. Bayani Fernando in July 2019 and was officially adopted last February 2020. Ooh. In Belgium, when we see or meet up with the family and friends, we greet each other with the bisu-bisu. So it's like, example, I met up with my family or friends I've known, and then it's really polite. You have to do this, because if you don't do this, they will take it as if like you're mad at them or you're something against them. So you have to do bisu-bisu with your friends. If you forget to do it, they will think something is wrong. It's like that. So bisu is like mwah, mwah, mwah. So you like mwah, mwah in the 2 sides of the face. Like example, this is the face. And you're like mwah, mwah, mwah. Okay, that's bisu-bisu. Number 4, how do you say toast or cheers in Filipino or Belgian? In Filipino, wait. Imagine this is a normal glass. Imagine this is like a wine glass. In Filipino, when we say cheers, we would say mabuhay, mabuhay. In French speakers, we would say abot rasante. Or also, mostly the one I heard the most would be ashante. Ashante. Usually with my Mama Nelly and my Papa, I usually say ashante, ashante. But in French, there are one pronunciation but 2 words, or when you write it, it's two different words, because in French there are feminine and masculine words. So in their grammar, there's a masculine and feminine. And Dutch speakers, they would say "Goeie night." Goeie night, yeah. But mostly it's most commonly known is Proust, Proust, like that. Proust, Proust, like that. They have an accent. Yeah. Let's go to number 5. Number 5 time. Oh, speaking of time. Oh, I've been vlogging here for almost 6 hours. I've been vlogging for 6 hours. Oh, I keep retaking, like take shots. When I make a mistake, I retake everything. when you're when you're a vlogger. This is the hard work. Jaya! Okay, that's number 5. Okay, number 5, time. Oh, let's get fast with this because there's only 40 minutes before midnight. Oh, the hard work of vlogging. Okay, number 5, time. Belgium have winter time saving, which we don't have that in Philippines. Question, what is winter time saving? Good question. Most country with DST meaning daylight saving time, is the practice of setting the clocks forward 1 hour from standard time or winter time during the summer months and back again in the winter months. It is natural to use the term winter time. Also with this, back then when I have like cultural shock with Philippines and Belgium, sometimes I would be like 1 hour late in my school, and I didn't even know why. It's because of the that's because of the 1 hour plus, or sometimes 1 minus plus. I guess, if I remember right, I think it's 1 hour plus. Especially in winter, I have really hard time waking up of winter. I want to sleep longer in winter time. But you know, sometimes there's a 1 hour time, so I got late. I am really not functional with time. Filipino time, you know. Filipino time, we always, laid back. We're not too serious with time, you know, like that. But here in Belgium, time is very, very important. Even 1 minute is very important. So that's why most of the time I'm late in school. Especially in winter, I have problems with that. And sometimes you have to, before the winter time, you have to settings the clock, because when you forgot it, you would mistook the 1 hour to another, when you're mistook the 1 hour wrong time. Some of my friends, when it's winter and they have free time, like they have free time to their home, they would like do hibernate, especially in winter. So when it's winter, they would hibernate. Hibernate is like you're sleeping in the winter, but much longer than a normal sleeping. You can sleep like the whole day. Sometimes they sleep even like 1 day, 2 days. I don't know if someone do that 2 days, but I heard one of my best friend before. She's originally from El Salvador, and she goes to we goes to the same class, and she told me there's one, especially in winter, she would hibernate for a whole day on her free time. Philippines. For Filipinos, being late and starting things late have always been part of our culture. Many Filipinos seems to either practice it or accept it, so much that we've given a term for it, Filipino time. Yeah, we commonly known as, when I see a lot of other Filipino bloggers, they would also call it like Filipino time. I think, it's because Philippines is near the equator, so usually countries in near equator are sunny, a lot of hot countries. Number 6, transportation. And most commonly known transportation in Philippines are jeepney, bus, and tricycles. I already tried all of those. Also now, it's improving little by little because they're building already a MRT, light railway, and some of the transportation is run by electronics, which is cool. You can save some gas from that. Also saves from pollution. I know what I'm about to next not all of you might not agree or might like, but from my dad and me perspective, we think that Duterte is doing a great job in Philippines. Although normally I shouldn't say this in my video because I know some people will not like what I'm gonna say about that. But it's all politics and media and all stuff. We shouldn't say that in video. No, I'm not gonna say that. Let's not say that. I learned a little bit how a politic works because, yeah, about number 8, I'm gonna talk about that. Number 7, manner of eating in Philippines and Belgium. So what's the difference? In Philippines, most commonly known for eating is with hands. I've seen most other bloggers probably because because Philippines is not just it's not just one place, and also in each part of Philippines it's also different dialects and a little difference with culture but similarities. So I've seen that other Filipinos would eat with their hands. Mostly for Filipinos, they would eat with their hands. I've seen other Filipino bloggers do that. And also, we use spoon and fork in our table. In Philippines, usually when we are in Philippines, we would use spoon and fork. In Belgium, we use fork and knife. We use we don't have knife here, but we usually have, when you see in the table in Belgium, you usually have fork and knife. And we only use spoon if we're eating a soup. So I seen a Belgian, they only eat with spoon if we're eating a soup. Let's go with number 8, politics. Oh, we need to be careful with this one. I'm just gonna say it fast. Number 8, politics. In Philippines is a democracy, while Belgium is a socialist state. Okay, let's go with number 9. I'm not gonna explain any further with that. I don't want to get in with politics, you know. I know of it, but I don't want to talk with media about it, you know. I'm just being careful, you know. Let's go with number 9. Number 9, burping. So, I forgot. What is it in Tagalog? You know, in Philippines, when we eat and then we suddenly, like that, it's usually in Filipino, it's good. It's a good sign. It means you're full. They say it like, oh, you're busog. We say it in Filipino, oh, you're busog. That's okay. And it's like, we call it burping. I forgot what it's called in Filipino. In Belgium, it's rude when you do that. Like, when you eat and then you suddenly, it's rude here in Belgium. You don't do that. Usually people, when they accidentally do that, they just cover their mouth with a napkin or and they say excuse me or pardon. Yun. Yeah, it's like that. Number 10, food. There's wide variety of delicious food in both Filipino and Belgian. In my opinion, I'm gonna give you my top 10 examples of popular foods, but I'm not saying there's only top 10. Of course, there's a lot, wide variety in foods, both in Philippine and Belgian. But I'm just gonna give like 10 examples. Now, where do we start? Filipino or Belgian food? Okay, we'll start with Filipino because people already know Filipinos. The first most, I wouldn't say first most, but most people, I've seen other Filipinos in other countries, they offer a food, Filipino food, and the most popular one is adobo, most commonly known as adobo. And that's number 1, adobo. Number 2, lechon. Number 3, chicken inasal. Number 4, paksiw. Number 5, sinigang. Number 6, arroz caldo. Number 5, tinola. Number 8, halo-halo. Number 9, dinaguan al puto. Number 10, pork barbecue, and so on. Now, let's go. All those are delicious food. Now, let's go on Belgian food. I like also Filipino and Belgian food, both. But now, I'm more used to Belgian food. Here in Belgium, the most popular food around the country would be... Belgium is commonly known for waffle. Yes, they call it Belgian waffle. Actually, in Belgium, there's two kinds of waffle. One is called Belgian waffle, and the one is like Liege waffle. There's two kinds of waffle. Yeah. Number 1, waffle. Number 2, Belgian fries. Oh, it's so delicious. I want to tell you something. Back then, when I was in Philippines, and we used to eat, I want to know what it was like to taste a potato. So, we go to this fast food KFC, and there's a smashed potato. But for some reason, I didn't like the taste of the potato, the smashed potato. And I was imagining, oh no, what would that potato would taste like this in Belgium? But actually, I was wrong. When I got here in Belgium, it was different. They have this... Their potato is different from what you think of normally. They call it Belgian potato, and it tastes so good. It's so soft, and it's like a sweet potato. It actually tastes good. Number 3, lapa ou du moutarde et son riz. So let me translate this. Lapa ou du moutarde et son riz is like, here in Belgium, they eat rabbit. It might come surprise for Filipino, because Filipino, we don't eat rabbit. But here in Belgium, they eat rabbit. They also eat escargot. Escargot is snail in English. They eat escargot with a little bit ingredients. I don't eat escargot. We call it escargot, but in English, it means snail. You know, the snail thingy in the, I don't, even if I see Belgian eat it, I don't like to eat it. But I did try lapa ou du moutarde de esong duri. It's like rabbit with sauce. It's a special sauce, and with rice. It tastes good. Number 4, moule et frites. Oh, that one tastes good also. Maybe I will pop a picture here in this video, no? I should put a picture here in video. Number 5, croque monsieur. Oh, this is one of my favorite. When I start coming here in Belgium, this is one of my favorite. It's like a bread, and then there's a special kind of ham, and there's a cheese. The cheese that melts when you heat it, and then if you have like egg on top of it, then they call it croque madame. And if you don't have put egg in it, it's like croque monsieur. Number 6, crepe. Oh, usually crepe is like similar to pancake, but it's a little bit different. Like pancake and crepe, it's almost similar, but not really exactly the same. They're different, but yeah, they're good. Usually, Belgian eat it crepe with brown sugar. Some of them use some kind of black soup. Some of them with maple soup. Maple sauce, I mean. Is it maple soup? Oh, never mind. Number 7, mackerel fish. Ooh, I have taste already, crepe, also mackerel fish. So good. Usually, they have this mackerel fish is in the can, and I usually eat it raw. Like, you don't cook it. It feels like it's already cooked, half cooked. It's like half cooked, but not completely cooked, half cooked. Number 8, wide variety of cheese. I eat only few cheese, not a lot, but I see a lot of Belgian. They really love a lot of cheese, and their cheese is, there's a lot of kind of cheese. Sometimes there's a cheese with garlic. Sometimes there's a cheese that's colored berry orange. Sometimes there's like cheese that's colored very light orange. They have this all variety of cheese. And then number 9, Belgium is also famous of chocolate. Yes, Belgium is very famous for chocolate, but I'm not fan of chocolate. For some reason, I try to avoid chocolate because I have headache with chocolate after eating it 2 hours. So I avoid it. I eat chocolate, but a small portion, very small portion, not a lot, because it gives me headache, really. Maybe I'm the only person in the world that really trying to resist a lot of chocolate. Even do I live in a country with a lot of chocolates? So lol, right? Number 10, baguettes. Oh, baguettes. This is so one of popular bread in Belgium. It's like long here. When you see it, it looks like it's thick. But when you hold it, it's actually soft. And then you cut it. And then you put all kinds of ingredients inside. Wow. Usually in Philippines, yeah, I like also Filipino foods. And here, people would ask, oh, when you first came to Belgium, do you always look for rice? Actually, to be honest with you, before I came to Belgium, they already told me that. So basically in my mind, I have to get ready with it. I have to get ready not to always eating rice. Have to get used to it. When I get here in Belgium, yeah, I'm not the type to always look for rice, but I try also Belgian. So of course there's a stomach shock. What would you call that? Stomach shock. So and at first it might not be easy to eat Belgian food because I'm not used to their taste. Because Filipino are they like to eat sweet food. Not really sweet, but for me, Filipino food is like a little bit sweet. But Belgians, they're not really into type of sweet. Just, I don't know, how do you explain that? But, okay, they also eat salad and all that stuff. And because my dad is multicultural, he understands me and he doesn't push me to eat this. He doesn't force me to eat this. He just let it time because he knows what it's like. He experienced it his time and he's not forcing it. You just, okay, take your time eating, try this, try that. If you don't want it, okay, just don't eat it. Yeah. And eventually over time, okay, I'm getting used to it. And actually I find that I actually like Belgian food because it's healthy. You see me right now. I'm not how do I say that? I used to live in a bad environment in the Philippines. So, yeah, let's not talk about the past. But Philippines is not a bad country. It's just that my childhood in Philippines is more of a. Let's not talk about it. Also, one more to add in the cultural difference in food between Belgian and Filipino are the habit of eating the food. Like in Philippines, we eat rice all year around. It's okay to eat rice all year round. They just add a little bit different food with the rice, so it tastes different every day. But they always eat rice all the year around. In Belgium, they don't like to eat the same food all the time. They're always planning ahead, so they don't like to eat the same food all the time. For example, today they're gonna eat the potato, tomorrow they're gonna eat something, like today they're gonna eat something with potato, tomorrow they're gonna eat something with salad, tomorrow they're gonna eat something with raw, the next they're gonna eat something with bread, sometimes they're gonna eat with rice. They always change. They don't like to eating the same food all the time. They have to change food. That's one more cultural difference. Also, I have Filipino friends here in Belgium, and I really like them too. Also, I have one more friend I have a good friend, Filipino friend in Philippines. Also, besides from that, is because I'm multilingual. I used to have a game which is called MMORPG. It's like another world. You're like in another world. And with there, I always have friends who's multilingual. Some of them are like Portuguese, Brazilian, Italian, some of them from Holland, some of them from Asian countries, some of them are all different kinds of culture. And a good thing I understand English because we all talk in one international language is English. So we have this really bonding time together, and it's always nice when you meet another people and not just one culture. I'm a person who's open-minded. Same with my dad. My dad is open-minded. Before, I wasn't an open-minded. It took a long time, but since I study here in Belgium, and I learn a lot of new things, and basically it's better you become open-minded, so that way you can interact and understand other culture, other perspective, and yeah, I'm not just a typical Filipino. No, I'm not. I'm born Filipino. I have this heritage of race of Filipino, but mixed culture. I think mixed culture, because from my dad's side we have like a mixed side of Asians. I think, yeah, and something like that. And yeah, I actually like talking with other cultural people. I kind of have like exchange information with them. All those memories. Yeah, I'm not playing anymore now. I have to be soon earning now with NCOB and everything. Yeah. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and a like, and subscribe if you like the video. Also, comment below what you find interesting between the cultural difference between Filipino and a Belgian. And hope to see you next time. So see you next time. Before we say bye-bye, I want to say thank you to my new subscriber. Most of them are from my papa's my papa's friend, and some of them are newcomers from my Kuya Jeremy. Because Kuya Jeremy has no. I want to say shout out to Filipino 1303. I know that me and my brother is doing a blog together also. It's not finished. We're still thinking of variety of ideas. And yes. Also, I want to say thank you to Kuya Jeremy for gifting me this microphone. It's the first time. And I know in the beginning it might be hard because the camera doesn't work with the microphone in the beginning, but eventually I find another solution of how to make it work. I use another camera app in my same phone, and it's actually working now. Yay! Back then, I don't have mic, so what I use is there's a application where you like booster the volume. But this year, for some reason, the original creator of that application deleted that application, so I have no more connection with that. I still have the application, but every time I use it, there's a glitch. I tried it 3 times and there's a glitch on my phone, so it's very dangerous, so I just deleted it. Thankfully, we have this microphone. It's a birthday gift from my brother. I say to him that, oh, it's my birthday, you don't have to give me anything. I'm not expecting anything at all. Like, I'm just being, yeah, it's just my birthday, yeah. But I'm not expecting anything. But he still insists on giving me this, so I really appreciate it. Thank you, Kuya. And next time, hopefully someday, if my YouTube can earn someday, I also want to treat you on food. Also, in other because you treat me with food, so next time I'll be the one treating you with food. See you next time, guys. And also, shout out to my Kuya Jeff No out there in the Philippines who's supporting me. I know sometimes I find I know sometimes I'm a little bit silly and funny, and my accents are like weird sometimes, so I apologize with that. But yeah, thank you. Also, shout out to my best friend there in Philippines. His name is Monique. Hello, Monique. I call her like sis. Hello, sis. Thank you. See you next time. Bye bye. Bye bye.